Welcome back to episode number 4 of the Chunk Locked Ironman account. Today is a very special episode because for the very first time we're gonna be rolling a new chunk. But before we roll a new chunk, wanna go ahead and basically take a look at each of the chunks and the tasks we would get if we were to roll them. So for this chunk on the east, Valkyrie, if we click calculate, we would have to get 1 agility, so we would have to do nothing. 1 hunter, so have to do nothing, just basically complete those. And start the feud quest. So basically this is a free chunk to the east. If we were to go to the south, we would have to get 15 constitution, which we already have. 1 crafting, so nothing. 20 defense, we already have. 30 fishing, so there's gonna be a very small fishing grind because we already have 25. 40 mining, so we're gonna have to get 40 for getting an adamant pickaxe, which we can buy from the shop. 1 smithing, so just getting a bronze bar. Get an amulet of defense, and just basically get some best in slot crafting stuff. If we unlock this chunk to the south, we are gonna be able to kill the big frogs, which we got for our Slayer task. So we might have to unbacklog some of our Slayer equipment, Slayer tasks, which is 55 Slayer, until we get locked again. Most of Jacqueline tasks you can do in these 2 chunks, but if we were to get ghosts, we'd have to wait until we hit Draenor Manor in order to continue. And just some easy tasks and stuff. Okay, so let's see if we were to get here to the west. We would have to get 1 agility, 15 constitution, so 30 fishing, small fishing, nothing, 1 hunter. So just a small fishing grind if we were to go to the west. And if we were to go north, we would get 50 constitution, so this is gonna be a 10. I have 40 constitution right now, getting 50 is gonna take a while. So we're gonna have to basically train maybe at chickens or goblins, probably still goblins. Small fishing grind, 30 fishing, and continue a couple quests. Ship shearer, assistant, buyers and sellers, and an easy task. So nothing major. And now that we know exactly what we're facing, let's go ahead and let's roll. I think this is how you roll. Yes. See what we get. Come on. South. Okay. Perfect. So we rolled the south. And here is our full list of tasks we have to get. I know we already went over them, but let's say 15 constitution, we already have that. So I have to just get a trout and eat a trout in order to complete this. I have to craft some leather gloves. I have to wear an amulet of defense. Catch a raw salmon. Okay, catch a raw salmon. Mine with an adamant pickaxe. Melt the bronze bar. Amulet of defense. Just grab some stuff with the cows, I believe, with the range BIS stuff. Okay. Again, I don't know too much about Runescape 3, so I'm gonna have to investigate on how to get this leather stuff since I don't have access to the cows yet. But we're gonna have to go ahead and see. So yeah, this is the chunk we rolled, and let's get into the episode. And something to add, since we can now do Slayer because of the frogs, we're going to unbacklog the Slayer test until we get locked again, if we do. If not, we have to get 50 attack, 55 Slayer. We're gonna kick off the chunk by selling some of the oak shield bows, willow shield bows we made for some money. This is gonna allow us to buy the adamant battle axes, and also when we're doing mining, we're gonna be able to upgrade our pickaxes. So that's gonna give us just the right amount of money. So now we go to our friend Bob and buy the adamant battle axe and the adamant offhand battle axe. This is gonna help us since we actually have to kill some enemies in the catacombs and continue with Slayer. Here we are moving into the swamp really quickly, a small detour just to complete a few tasks. There we go, we caught a shrimp. And then there's another one for us to mine a piece of copper. Takes a while at level 1, but becomes faster later. So yeah, now we're moving into the quest department. The Restless Ghost is here. It's actually shorter than in old school RuneScape. The skull is just in the floor, really nearby. Don't have to leave the chunk. Complete the quest and get a nice prayer XP lamp. That's actually gonna give us a level. It's gonna give us level 32 prayer. More random tasks before we get into the meaty part of the episode. We have to check our gravestones here. That's gonna complete a task. And for another quick chunk task, we are gonna make a bronze bar. That's gonna be our smithing requirement for a chunk completed. And then we have to do the quest called the Blood Pact. Pretty easy quest, and it unlocks the Lumbridge Catacombs, which is gonna have a lot of good enemies for us. Quest is pretty simple, as I said. We got the Caitlyn staff, which is also a chunk requirement. We went into the catacombs and we got the mask from Gielinor, which is the same as an iron helmet. So that's gonna be a little bit more defense for us. And then we handed some statuettes that we found. I actually thought it was gonna give us quite a bit more money, but it only gave us 2,000 coins. I thought it was 2,000 each, but I guess not. And this is our queue now to start with Slayer. So we had frogs from our first episode, but we were locked out of them because they were in the swamp. Now we can actually do the frogs. Frogs don't drop anything meaningful. They drop a little bit of water and earth runes. Nothing major. So as you can see, level 5 Slayer, level 6 Slayer. And that's basically the frog task. Our next task is gonna be... Nope, come on. Okay, we're gonna tell them not to send us to Banaka and kill rats. So rats are the first of the creatures that we need, that we can find in the catacombs. They drop some of the different things we need for our chunk tasks. They can drop leather. They can drop the holy symbol. They can drop feathers, which we're gonna need to catch trout and salmon. And they can drop just a general bunch of other items. You know, mind runes, bones, the spirits in order to get ores faster. There we go, holy symbol. First drop that we need, combined with a Slayer level 8 Slayer. Level 9 Slayer. And here we got the leather cowl, which is the best slot ranged. So that's a good drop for us. And there we got a piece of leather. One of our requirements is to craft some leather gloves. So that's a one crafting requirement, so we can just go ahead and craft it. And that's gonna complete that requirement for us. Level 10 Slayer. And we finish the task, back to Jacqueline, and we get birds. The closest bird to us are chickens, but there are none in our chunks. So we're Slayer locked now. We're not gonna be able to continue with Slayer until we get, so we're gonna go here to the chunk picker. And yep, just backlog Slayer again until we can access chickens. Sad day indeed. Back in the catacombs, we're killing these corpse archers. This one can drop the amulet of defense, amulet of magic that we need for our best in the chunk, and they can also drop leather, feather, fishing bait, and a couple of other useful items for us. So there we go. That's the amulet of defense. That's a 1 in 247 drop, and that happened only on like kill number 10. So that was very lucky. It also gives us a little bit of extra defense if we don't have a lot of armor on us. Level 32 strength. I'm training strength here, just to try to get to 40 and increase the max hit. We got a leather drop, and we're gonna make the leather body, which is also another task, equipping it. So we have our leather body, and that's the task complete. There's a feather drop that's gonna be really important because we need to catch trout and salmon. Another holy symbol right there. And there we go, the amulet of magic. And that's actually the last of the drops we needed. That only took like 40 kills, so that's very good. Now we're moving on to fishing. This is just a quick fishing ride, just need to get 25 to 30. Luckily, a lot of the enemies drop fishing bait in the catacombs, so just from the grind we got like 300 fishing bait. So just fishing pike here, that's 29. And now we're getting level 30. At level 30 we can now fish salmon. So we need to pray that we get 1 salmon with these 10 feathers. 8 now. Let's see if we get lucky or unlucky. We might have to go kill more enemies for feathers. That's another trout. 7 feathers remaining. Drumroll, 6 feathers remaining. Come on, game. Come on, 5 feathers remaining. Just give us a salmon. There we go. That's the salmon. And now we only have 1 task left, which is mining. So we're gonna go ahead and make a bronze ore box. This is gonna allow us to store at first 100 bronze pieces, 100 copper and 100 tin ore, and then level 7 120. So that means we're not gonna have to go bank that often, which is really good. This is gonna save us a lot of time. So just making the bronze ore box here from 2 bronze bars before we head south. And continue the mining grind. We're gonna make a quick stop at Bob to buy the iron pickaxe and the steel pickaxe. I don't know how quickly the levels are gonna be, so might as well just keep them with me. And let the mining compilation start. There's nothing major about mining. We had a little bit of stone spirits to get ores quicker, but honestly it's just moving pretty quickly, even at the start when it's supposed to be slow. That's level 5 mining. It just felt right. I kind of really liked the mining in Runescape 3. The stamina bar at level 15 is a little bit annoying, I'm not gonna lie, but it gets fine as you get levels up and you gain a little bit more stamina. Here's level 10, so we're gonna basically equip the iron pickaxe now, and this is gonna hopefully speed things up. Yep, even more XP. So this is perfect. That's level 11 now. Level 12. And also mentioning we're getting a lot of those the geodes that you can see in the bottom right on the inventory right next to the ore box. Those have a chance to give a lot of gems. I think they give only gems and the spirit shards for summoning. So we're stacking up on those pretty nicely here. 18 mining. And that's a level 19. And level 20 mining. So here we're gonna be able to equip our steel pickaxe now. We're gonna just drop our iron one. It's basically not worth much selling it. And that's perfect. I'm alternating here between copper and tin. They're both level 1 rocks. So, you know, the XP is not the best. But, you know, we're going pretty quickly. I think to get level 24, which we're now, it takes like 40 minutes or something. It's 25. 26. We need to get 40 in order to mine a rock with an Ari pickaxe. That's 37. We missed the level. That's level 28. 29. And level 30. We already have the Mithril pickaxe in our inventory, so let's just equip it. Drop the steel one. And let's keep the grind going. Just 10 more levels to go. This level took maybe 5 minutes, so it's gonna take close to an hour to get 30 to 40, so it's not too bad. It's level 33. That's a level 34, and we have a couple hundred geodes now, which is really good. 35. 36. If we happen to roll the chunk to the left, there's a mine that has iron, and we're stacking up our copper and tin, so if we get a smithing goal that's iron related, we're gonna have it pretty easily. That's level 40. We're gonna equip our Ari pickaxe and just mine 1 ore, and that's gonna complete the chunk for us. That's the last of the chunk tasks for us, so that is perfect. We're gonna head here and we're gonna just check. We have almost 1000 copper and tin, so that's perfect. We have a good head start. if we were to get a smithing grind in our next chunk. And we have a lot of geodes. Let's go ahead and open them all. I'm not gonna, have the video of me opening it up, so I'll see you all in a few seconds, and we're back with a nice amount of spirit shards, sapphires, emeralds, rubies, diamonds, opal, jades, and red topaz. Fantastic. That's the chunk. Let's go to the chunk picker. Now here we are at the chunk picker. A couple things we need to do before we start marking tasks. The first one, this chunk number 6, it's not accessible from my current chunk. I went and there's like a pixel that's touching, but you're not able to stand on it. We're gonna take this off. So it makes no sense for us to roll it right now if we cannot access it. And then another change I'm gonna make, this is gonna be a rule change. It's gonna be this constitution. Basically there's a thing where you have to get the full amount of healing from a fish. Let's say I were to get shark. It's fine if I had to get 80 fishing or 80 cooking or whatever, that's perfectly fine. But 80 constitution, that doesn't seem like a good trade-off for me. So I'm just gonna go ahead, just change that one rule. So we're not gonna do the constitution level to heal from different foods. That's the one change we're gonna make to our rule set. The rest gonna stay the Vanilla Chunker Ruleset. So now let's see what we did in the chunk this episode. So yeah, we got the leather from the enemies and we crafted some leather gloves. We got an amulet of defense. We wore an amulet of defense. We caught some raw salmon. We mined with the Yeti pickaxe at 40 mining. We made a bronze bar. We got an amulet of defense. We got a leather body and a leather coal. We actually made the body. Then we got a Gielinor star from the quest. We got the amulet of magic from the corpse archer as well, the enemy. We got a holy symbol as well from the drops. We did the blood pact and the restless ghost. We did check the graves with the priest. We got a shrimp in the Lumbridge South spot. And we mined some copper in the Lumbridge South mine. This achievement, Sinking Fast, is from Damonheim. Why is it here? Basically, there's a thing called a sinkhole that spawns in this chunk. So every hour at the 30-minute mark, a sinkhole spawns in one of 20 random locations in the world. One of them happens to be here in Lumbridge Swamp. So basically I did all of my tasks. Everything I did in this world was in the sinkhole official world and I did not see a single sinkhole. So I'm gonna be checking periodically for it, but I'm not going to halt progress and just wait an hour, and if it's not there, I have to wait another hour without being able to continue the account. So we're gonna backlog the sinkhole. And if we see a sinkhole here, perfect, but it's just a random thing. We also checked, and sinkholes are always in the same spot every world. So it's not something where I can just hop until I find one that's in the swamp. I have to wait an hour, and it's a 1 in 20 chance that's gonna be here. I've done my whole chunk here and haven't seen one, so yeah. So now that we're done, let's see what the new chunks would bring us. We've already explored what we would have to do if we were to roll chunks 1, 2, and 3. But if we were to roll chunk 4, we will have to make smelt a steel bar. I'm guessing there's gonna be iron ore in the mine in the southwest here. And that's about it. And if we were to unlock Alcaret, we'll have to get 40 defense to wear 80 armor, a little bit more thieving to crack a safe in the desert, get some 80 platelets from the shop, get a bronze mace, oh there's one on the floor, and just an easy achievement. So basically here it's gonna be a little bit of a grind for 69 thieving. I guess I'm gonna have to do it at Master Farmers, but nothing too major, I guess. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next episode for a new chunk and continuation of our journey.